Ladies and gentlemen, I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Now, this tank could be coming back. It could be back right now in the stores, or it could come back very, very soon. So, of course, we are talking about the Caro 45T. In fact, it is a tank that a lot of people are after. Right now, it is quite a unique and rare tank. You know, not a lot of people own the tank at the moment. It was quite expensive when it came, but yeah, hopefully it will be coming back. But of course, we will be most likely expecting it in crates. So if the tank has come back, or if it is going to come back very soon, is it worth buying? Now, I don't mind the tank. I think the tank is actually okay. I don't think it's as good as everyone sort of makes out. Of course, it is a very difficult tank to play because it has that reversed shell. Those of you that don't know what the reversed shell is basically it's an auto reloading tank with 4 shells, but if you shoot that 4th shell, then you have an almighty long reload. So you've got to try to keep that 4th shell as much as possible, because if you just shoot that 4th shell every single time, yeah, your DPM really does suck. Now, the armor profile, I mean, I've got some bounces. You're going to see some bounces in the battles that I've played, but you can't really rely too much on that armor. I mean, 89 on your turret and 68 on your hull really is not a lot in tier 10. DPM, as expected, because it does go by that reverse shell, 1859. But of course, if you don't use that reverse shell, it is a lot better. Well, not that much better, but it is better than 1800. Of course, medium tanks in tier 10, we're looking at 3500 DPM. So yeah, 1800 is not a lot at all. But to be fair, if you don't use that 4th shell, it is much better, and it doesn't feel that bad, to be fair. So yeah, you have to not use that 4th shell unless it's a matter of life and death, or if you're able to kill a tank, of course, then yeah, it is worth using. But other than that, it is not worth using that 4th shell. You've got a 3.53 seconds reload in between each shot. And look, this is what I'm talking about. So that first shell, which is actually the 4th shell that you shoot, 20 seconds just to reload 1 shell. If you don't reload that 1 shell, if you don't shoot that shell, then yeah, just 7.2 seconds plus the 3.5 on that second shell, 5.89 on the third, and 4.53. So ideally, you want to just be shooting the 1 shell. Shoot 1 shell, 4.5 seconds reload. Well, shoot 1 shell, 3.5 seconds intra-click reload, and then a 4.5 second reload. So you're looking at about 8 seconds for each shell, which isn't too bad, especially when you have an alpha of 380. So 8 seconds or so, that isn't bad, and that is where your DPM will massively increase if you only shoot that 1 shell. Of course, you're not only going to shoot the 1 shell, like never, hardly ever, because if you've got tanks in front of you and they're attacking you and they got much better DPM, you're not just going to sit there and have 3 shells reloaded but not use them. So ideally, if you can do that, then yeah, patience is a massive thing using this tank. Of course, as I've said, you've got 4 shells, penetration 252 on your AP, 326 on your APCR, 66 on your HE. I said, again, you've got 380 alpha on that AP, 330 on your APCR, and 500 on your HE. The HE is actually very nice. I'm going to get a few nice shots, and some of them, the alpha, like, wow, I didn't even know this thing could do that much. Aim time 3.2, not too bad. The dispersion, however, isn't great at 0.344. It does have a nice 9 degrees of gun depression with a top speed of 55 kilometers per hour. So yeah, overall, like that isn't bad, to be fair. The reload isn't bad at all. So we're gonna go, we've got a couple of games, one on Canyon here, and again, I've got 9 degrees of gun depression, so I'm gonna try to use that gun depression as much as I can. Now, the enemy only have one medium tank, so of course we have two. I am going to go and push the middle, but considering I don't really have the armor and they've got 3 tank destroyers, I don't want to rush over the middle and then just get spotted and get annihilated by some 3 unspotted tank destroyers. So I'm going to play it a little bit safe. Now, I know that there is heavy tank spotted to the right, E50 so far, and I'm not going to attack him actively because I don't know where the tank destroyers are. I've got my team behind me, or at least I've got some tanks behind me there, the Kranwagen. If I can drag that guy to me, then he's going to get deleted. So at the moment, I'm being very patient, which is something I'm usually not. I'm going to try and spot him. And as you can see, I'm trying to wait for the enemy to be spotted. And as soon as I think that they are all kind of spotted, I did back up a bit. I did manage to block the 640 and the 460. So I know the 460 wasn't the E50M. I know that the E4 is there. Who was the 460? So that is why I'm not pushing, because now it becomes like a 1 versus 1 from a 3 versus 1. So I decided to relocate into a different position and start going for the FV4005. Now, luckily for him, well, not so luckily, he decides to turn off and he is going to die. But very nice alpha there. That was a very nice alpha on that guy, and that guy then is deleted. So it's just 4 tanks left, and look, I've got 1 shell. I always try to keep that 1 shell, and even in this situation, I'm going to get shot from the waffle. I've only got 2 shells reloaded. Here's the E4. I still want to refrain from shooting. I want to have 4 shells, and it becomes very important because I have 4 shells all reloaded. I do take a shot from that guy, and now 625. What a nice alpha that was. But because I managed to keep all 4 shells, I managed to kill that guy in 3 shots and then keep the last shell. So my reload isn't that bad. However, I am going to waste a shell in a minute. But again, he's got a good amount of hit points. It's a 6 versus 1 at this point. So at now, I'm not too bothered about saving a shell. You know, I've got 1 shell left. I don't really care. I want to get that shot off to do some damage because, you know, I knew that he was going to die. So very, very easy damage game there. 4,000, and to be fair, I did get that because I was patient. If I wasn't patient and I pushed over that hill towards the guy there, the E50M, then I would have just been deleted, absolutely deleted by the E4 and the waffle. I wasn't quite sure what tank it was, but it was the waffle. Next up, I mean, this battle isn't really that exciting, but I just wanted to show it anyway because it was a really good team game, you know, really good team game. To the point there, the lowest damage on our team was 1,000. So when you have that, yes, when the lowest person does 1,000, it means that you most likely can't do that much damage. But I would prefer everybody to do 1,000 than me to do sort of 6,000 because, you know, it's a team game. It is overall a team game, and it is nice to have battles where all of you chip in and do damage. And that is what's going to happen this game. So, of course, the E50 is there. I'm just going to back up, and I'm trying to bring him to me because, again, my team are all around. I do get shot from him. I've got 1 shell left. Of course, I don't want to use that shell, so I'm just going to wait and wait and wait. I could have killed him there, and to be fair, if I had the opportunity, I probably would have used that shell to kill that guy, especially this early on, because anything can happen. So I would have actually sacrificed that last shell to kill the E50, but I didn't have to in the end. So I'm just going to be patient now. I'm sitting back a little bit, waiting for a couple of shells to be reloaded. That's 3 shells reloaded. I'm thinking at this point, if I go HE on this guy, I could kill him in the 3 shots. But I kind of couldn't get the shot off, and then there's nothing worth shooting and wasting. So I just want to back up and then go again with all 4 shells. So if they do start pushing me, then I've got 4 shells to throw back at them. So yeah, at the moment, 1,800 damage, and I'm thinking at this point, I could go around here, probably kill this guy in 2 shells. That was a nice 416 alpha there. I did take a shot, but I managed to kill him, and I've still got 2 shells remaining. So now I do get the shot there, and I'm just going to back up. And at this point, I'm like, do I get the shot? Am I going to go for the kill? I did but sadly, someone freaking killed him just as I shot. So I did sacrifice that last shell, but again, at this point in the game, when that guy is a one-shot and it's now a 7 versus 1, that was a right decision for me to use that shot, but sadly, of course, someone killed him before me. And if I wouldn't have used that shell, I could have had a bit more damage with this Jaeger. In fact, I don't even get a chance to shoot him. But overall, I didn't do the damage. I mean, still 3k damage, which is still pretty good. But yeah, that was a complete team game. We all made effort, and in fact I got more XP in that game than I did the other game. But look, 1800 was the lowest damage in my team. Look at that team. It's beautiful when you do have a team like this. So that is the Caro 45T, possibly coming back into the game very, very soon. Right now I'm still going to say it's not worth it because it will be crates, but eventually when Wargaming do sell it for 15 to 20,000 gold, probably 20, then yeah, it might be worth getting. It's not the best medium tank, but it is unique. If you play it right, you can still have a lot of fun with this tank. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the Caro 45T. Do you really, really want it? Are you going to try and get it, or are you going to be patient and wait? Hope to see you soon. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With